Hello, greetings to you all. Welcome to Quantitative. Today we are going to look at three sets problem under quantitative methods. And I know you all have heard of what sets from your junior high school and what secondary school. And so it is not going to be a lengthy topic. So we are just going to touch on the three sets problem. And so what is it about the sets? Okay, so you already know about the two sets. Yes, we already know about the two sets. So the two sets talks about two things in question, right? Yes, and you know always this part of the set. Let's name here A and let's name here B. Okay, and let's represent here by let's say X. Okay, so you know most of the times this part, the middle, where the A and the B intersect, you get it. It is we call that portion what the intersection of what A and B, right? So it means the members here, some are from A and some are from what B. Do you get it? Yes. And this part where the A is okay, it means these members only belong to what A. None of them belong to what B. You get it. The same thing when you come here. Here, the members here are for B, none of them is from what A. But when you come to the middle, you see for the A circle, it passes here, and the B circle also passes here. So they meet here, right? So the members here, some are from A, some are from what? B. Okay, that is the interpretation. Okay, then we put them in a vein like this. So outside the circles, these people they do not belong to any of the letters here. Do you get it? They stand on their own. They do not belong to any of the sets here. And what again? Always we have this. Let's see. Yes, the number of U here represents what the total number in the sets. Okay. Yes, anything outside of the set is not part of the total number. So the total number we are interested in whatever is in the sets. That is what we mean about the two sets. Okay. So in our studies, we are going to look at the three sets problem. And so what is different from this? Now we are going to introduce another word circle. Do you get it? And so let's say we have two circles, then we introduce another one to be three. Okay, so now you see we have our A, we have our B, and now we have what C. Do you get it? And where the three of them meet, we are going to call that place what X or the point of intersection. So this is the A, okay, and this is what B. So A and B, where do they meet? They meet here and here, right? And let's look at C. So C passes here. So it means A passes here, B passes here. This is the circle for A. Okay, so A passes here. And this is the circle for B. So B also passes here. Okay, and this is the circle for C, and C also passes here. Okay, so you see that the three circles they all meet here, and we are going to call this place what our X. So that is the point of what intersection. Do you get it? Okay. Now because this is three, it means these three letters are also going to have some what relationship. And so A and C they also meet here, right? So this is intersection of A and C, and so we can call here what M. Okay, then A and B they also meet here, you can call it N, and B and C they also meet here, you can call it what? Um, let's use the letter L. Okay, yes. And so this is it, and you put them again like this, then your total number is up here. Those members who do not belong to this set, they are found what here. Okay, and so most of the times in the question, they can ask you to calculate for what the number of students who studied what all the subjects or the three subjects. And so all the subjects, it means they are those people, they studied what A, they studied B, and they studied what C. Do you get it? And so that is what the number here, the number that you get here is what the number of students who studied what or offered the three subjects, okay, or the courses. Now, if you are being asked to calculate for the number of students who studied only a particular course, or let's say the number of students who studied only A. So only A is what? This part. This is the only B. And this is only B. And this is only C. So the number of students who studied both A and C will come here, right? Because this intersection or this set or this group of people, they studied what A and they studied what C. And this this part of the set, they are the students who studied what B and studied what C. Do you get it? And they are here. And this also refers to what the number of students who studied A and what B. They are here. Okay. So if the question asks you find the number of students who studied A and B, that is the number here. Okay. Yes. And not alone, you can be asked to calculate for the number of students who studied exactly one subject. The number of students who studied exactly one subject. So if they ask you the number of students who studied exactly one subject, it means you are going to find the number of students who studied only one subject. Then you add them, right? So where are the only? We call this part A only. We call this part B only. And we call this part C only. Okay. So these are the only. So it means the people here they studied only one course. Do you get it? And so if they study only one course and now they are asking us to calculate for the number of students who studied only one subject. So the only one subject refers to A, B, C. So we are going to add them. So only one subject is equal to A only plus B only plus what C only. Okay, yes, and that refers to the number of students. The answer that you are going to get refers to the number of students who studied only one subject. Okay, all right. Then let's also look at another question that can appear in the examination. The number of students who studied exactly two subjects. Now we know the number of students who studied exactly one subject or the number of students who studied only one subject. We know that you just add the only. You get it? Now they ask you to calculate for or find the number of students who studied only two subjects. It means that is you have this one. This is what two subjects. And what are the two subjects? That is A and C. So two subjects. This is also two subjects. This is also two subjects. So exactly two subjects. It means you are going to add this, and this. Okay. So exactly two subjects. Exactly two subjects. You are going to add what? M plus N plus what? L. You are going to add, and whatever that you get becomes the number of students who study exactly what? Two subjects. Okay. Yes, as simple as that. Then the number of students who study exactly three subjects. This is okay. Yes. And so that one becomes X. Exactly three subjects. The X. And now another question that can also appear in the examination is they can ask you to also calculate for the number of students who studied at least two subjects. The word here is what? At least. So at least two subjects. So when we say something is at least, right, it means that should be the least or that should be the smallest. Do you get it? So it means you have to find the number of students who did not study only one subject. You want the number of students who studied from two subjects what upwards. Do you get it? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 courses, right? And so when you come to the Venn diagram, you check what are the number of students who studied two courses, three courses, four courses, five courses. You don't want any student who studied one course because the question says at least two courses, right? And so now here, what you are going to do is you are going to start from two. And so then what are the two courses here? M, N, and L. They are what? Two courses, right? Yes. So because the question is saying at least. So we say M plus N plus L. Okay. we are not done because we have three. So we are moving from two, three, four going, right? So we are done with the two. The one are not facts. Okay. So now we come to three. So we say plus x. And so when you get here, you are done. Okay. You add the numbers and you arrive at the answer. And so this one becomes at least two subjects. Okay. Yes. And the question can also say, or it can also tell you to calculate for the number of students who studied at most two subjects. So we have at least two subjects and at most two subjects. Okay. So we are down at least at most two subjects. At most means you have to find the number of students who did not exceed learning what learning two subjects. Do you get it? So it means any student who studied three subjects, four subjects, five subjects, or five courses, they are not parts of the calculation that we want. Okay, so we want from one to two because at most the highest point or the peak that we want to reach is what the number of students who studied at most. Do you get it? So we are moving from one to when we get here, that is all. We want at most what? Two. Okay. So it means if we want at most two, it means we are starting from one. The number of students who studied exactly one subject. When we finish, we find the number, we add the number of students who studied two subjects, and that is it. We are not going to add the three subjects to it because we are saying at most. Okay. Sure. So at most two subjects. It is going to be the 1 1 plus 2 2 2. Okay. So A only plus B only plus C only. These are the ones, okay? Then you add the 2 2. That is M plus N plus L, okay? And that is it, okay? So these are the basic what calculations that they can ask you in the examination to calculate for, okay? So if you understand all these terms, you are going to calculate or you are going to get your answer correctly, okay? So this is the introduction, and we are going to solve some complex questions on it so that it will better our understanding. Okay. Hello. So this is what we have. There is a question, and there is a question that we are going to solve. So the question says, in a military camp, 50 officers had a choice of beans, plantain, and rice. So out of these officers, 21 chose beans, 24 chose plantain, and 18 rice. Okay. So also three chose beans only. Right. So we have three of them who chose beans only. Nine plantain what only. Two rice only. Okay. And five chose three of all the three kinds. So three of all the three kinds. Okay. So now there's the question itself. There's just the preamble. So the question itself is here. Okay. So question A says illustrate the information on a Venn diagram. Okay. So we are going to present this information on a Venn diagram. Okay. And B says use the Venn diagram to find the number of officers who chose I, plantain and beans only. Exactly two kinds of food. None of the three kinds of food. And the at most two kinds of the food. Two kinds of food. Okay. And the B also says at least two kinds, right? So we are going to solve the question for more understanding. Okay. All right. So now let's look at the solution. Okay. So the question said the military in a military camp we had what 50 military officers. So it means the total number of officers were what 50. So we say our number of U, that is the universal, is what 50. Okay. So we are done with the first one, and the second one says um, out of these officers, 21 chose beans and 24 plantains. Okay, so we are going to represent the beans with what? Okay, so let me arrange it properly for examination sake. Okay, because you are going to introduce like this, you have to let the examiner, if it is theory, you have to let the examiner know that this letter represents what this particular item. Okay, so let's U equals total number, that is total offices, and B equals beans, P equals plantain, and the last one is we have beans, plantain, and rice. Okay, so we have R, that is rice. Okay, so now we have it like this. Before we proceed, we know the officers are what 50. So we say number of the universal or the total number is what 50. Okay, and beans, it says also 21 choose beans. So number of B is what 21, and 24 plantain. So number of P 24, and R is what 18. Okay, yes. So we have this information. Let's proceed with the question. Okay, and the second part of the question says also 3 chose beans only, 9 plantain only. So we have this, and now we are saying 3 chose beans only. So number of B only, we have what 3, and what again 9 plantain only. So number of P only, we have 9, and number of R only, what do we have? Number of R only, we have 2. We have 2, and the last part is and 5 chose all the 3 kinds of food. So number of B intersection P intersection R is equal to 5. So this is the data. So we have presented what this data. Okay, we are going to present this given data on the Venn what diagram. Okay, so we know the Venn diagram has what 3 circles because we are dealing with 3 items. So we draw our circles first. Okay, we have 3 circles here. So you see, we bring our box like this, and we are going to represent the circles by the items. So for the first one, number of U, which is 50, that's to come here, right? And here we say number of B, that is the beans. We have number of P, plantain. We have number of R, that is for rice. Okay, so we have 21, 24, 18. So 21, 24, and 18. Okay, we are done with this part. The next part is number of B only. And you know only is this part, right? So number of B only is what? 3. Have it here. Number of P only is 9. And here is what? 2. Okay. And they are saying for all the 3 items of food, 5 choose them. So we have 5 here. Okay. Alright. And so we are done presenting the information on a Venn diagram. Okay. Yes. So now let's proceed with the question. The second part of the question says, or the B, it says use the Venn diagram to find the number of objects who choose I, plantain and beans only. Okay. So plantain and beans only, where is it? This plantain and this beans. So we are going to find this part. And the other question also said we should calculate exactly 2 kinds of food. So we need this part, this part, this part before we can proceed with any calculation that the question wants. Okay, sure. So how do we then do that? Since we don't have this part, we are going to represent here and here and here by what? Letters. Okay, so we are going to make here A, here B, here what? C. Okay, and very simple. We know the whole circle is equal to 21. The whole circle here is also equal to 24. The whole circle here is equal to 18. So we can say this whole circle, which is 3 plus B plus A plus 5 is equal to 21. Yes, we can say that. Okay. Then we simplify it to get A plus B plus 8 is equal to 21. Then you can say A plus B is equal to 21 minus 8 is what? 13. Okay, so 13. So this one becomes equation 1. Right? So we are going to do same for the other circles, the two circles remaining. So for this circle, we have the whole circle equal to what? 24. So we say B plus 5 plus C plus 9 is equal to the 24 you have here. Okay, so you have B plus C plus 14 equal to 24. So B plus C is equal to 24 minus 14 is what? 10, right? So this one becomes equation 2. Now let's move on to the third one, which is the rice. And so for rice, we have A plus 5 plus C plus 2 equal to what? 18. Okay, so A plus C plus 5 plus 2 is what? 7. Okay, equal to 18. So A plus C is equal to 18 minus 7 is 11. Okay, so this one becomes equation 3. Right, so now you have what? 3 equations. And since you have 3 equations, you can solve them what? Simultaneously using your calculator, or if it is theory, you would have to simplify it, or it's theoretical, you have to just break it down for more what? 6, so that you can have more marks. Each step is what? At least 1 mark. Okay, but if it is MCQs, when you after getting your first simultaneous equation, second equation, third equation, you can just punch the 3 equations on the calculator and you get the final answer. Okay, so now we are going to solve it for better understanding. We are going to solve it. So equation 1 we have A and B. Equation 2 we have what? B and C. And equation 3 we have A and C. We don't have any equation that is having the same letters, right? So it means we have to establish another equation which will make it similar to what? At least this one or any of them, so that we can proceed with our calculations. Okay, so what do we do? Which equation should I go in for? We have equation 2, we have equation 3, this one. Okay, so I can say equation 3 minus equation 2. So this is what I'm going to do. Equation 3 minus equation what? 2. Okay, so when you say that, it means A minus B. Okay, you are going to have A minus B. A minus B. Okay, then when you get it is going to be C minus C. And you know that C minus C is what? 0. Okay, so you have eliminated what? The C. So you only have A minus B on the left hand side equal to 11 minus 10 is what? 1. So this one becomes your fourth equation in the question. Okay. Okay. So since now you have A and B, you have A and B, you can just solve these two simultaneously to get one variable. Then after that, you substitute them to find the others. So equation, these two equations, what do we do? Should we subtract this equation from this one or this one from this one? Anyhow, anyway, you are still going to arrive on the same what answer. So let's say equation 1 minus equation 4. So I would need space. So okay, since we have already written the data and presented it on different diagram, I think I can clean this. So equation what? 1 minus equation 4. Equation 1 minus equation 4. Okay, yes. So equation 1, it means, let me rewrite it. A plus B equal to 13, equation 1. And equation 4 is what? A minus B equal to 1. This is equation 4. So when you subtract it, you see that A minus A is going to give you what? 0. So we are not going to write anything. Now B minus minus B. Do you see that? B minus minus B. So it means it is going to be B plus B. Okay, so B plus B is 2B. So we have 2B equal to 13 minus 1 is what? 12. Okay, then we divide both sides by 2 by 2. So we have B equals what? 6. Okay, so now we have B to be 6. If we have B to be 6, it means we can substitute B here to find what? A. Or we can substitute what? B here to find C. So anyhow, anyway, we are going to get what? Our answers. So let's use the equation 1. So substitute, substitute, substitute equation, substitute B equals 6 into equation 1. Okay, yes. So that the examiner will understand it more and tell you that you know exactly what you are doing. Okay, yes, so that you are going to get more ticks. Yes. So after saying this, it means you are going to put what? B here. So you have A plus 6 equal to 13. Right, so you have A equal to 13 minus 6 is what? 7. And so it means your A is equal to 7. Right, after getting A, you can come here or you can come here to find C. So any of them. So here too, you can say substitute. You can use the B again or A anyhow. So substitute, let's say, um, let me use equation 2. So substitute B equals 6 into equation 2, right? So equation 2, what we have? We have B plus C. So we have 6 plus C equal to what? 10. Or, yes, equal to 10. And so 10 minus 6 is what? 4, right? So we have C equals 4. So now we are done and we know our A is equal to 7, B is equal to 6, and C is equal to what? 4. Yes. So we are done solving for A, B, C, right? And so we can solve the I, we can solve the BI, which is plantain and beans what? Only. Okay. Yes. So as I said, for examination sake, if you want to get more marks, what you do is everything you present it what nicely and you make sure you beat time. You get it? Because if you know what you are doing, you can run fast. I hope you get it. Yes. But if you think you cannot beat time, you can ignore what I'm about to do. Okay. But for better understanding, that is why I want to do what I'm about to do. Okay. So I think I would have to clean this since we know the values of A, B, and what C. Okay, so let me clean this. I am actually going to draw another Venn diagram and insert these values. So since I have them here, then let me clean them. So in your working, you have to draw another one. Okay, yes. So we are going to. Oh, where did I put the A? A, B, C, right? Yeah, I think yeah, A, B, C. Let me look at P. So this equation, we had B plus 5 plus C. So yeah, that is A, B, C. A was here, so 7, and B was here, 6, and C was here, 4. Okay, so this is our new Venn diagram, and we are going to use this to answer the questions. The first one says we are to calculate for the I. It says plantain and beans only. And where is the plantain? Here's the plantain, and where is the beans? This is the beans. So plantain and beans is what this side. Okay, so our I, plantain and beans only is equal to 6. No need what? calculation. So there is no need for any calculation. You just look at it, you bring your answer. Then the next one says exactly two kinds of food. So it means when they also ask you to calculate for plantain and rice only, you know this is it. Beans and rice only, there is it. Okay. Now the second question says we should calculate exactly what two kinds of food. So two kinds of food. Exactly. So we know two kinds of food. We have this side, this side, this side. So it means, as I said in the introduction, we are going to add them. Okay. So we have um six plus seven plus four. Okay. So we have what 17. So exactly two kinds of food. We have what 17. That is these two kinds of food, two kinds of food, two kinds of food. We add them. Okay. Then the next one also says none of the three kinds of food. So it means when we add everything in these circles, we are to get what 50. So when we add them and we are not getting the 50, it means there were some students who did not, or there were some police officers who did not take any of the food. Do you get it? So now let's add whatever we have in the set. Okay, 3 plus 7 is 10. Okay, plus this is what? 15. Plus this is 19. Plus this is 25. And plus this is 34. Plus this is 36. Okay. Yes. So I don't know. Let's recount it. Okay. This plus this will give you 10. This plus this will give you 10. 20. Plus this 25. Plus this 34. Plus this 36. Okay. So it's you will see that what we have in the circles here, we have what 36, right? Yes, we have 36. It means the remaining, but the total officers were what 50, and only 36 ate or took or chose the food, right? It means the remaining, where are they? So the remaining, they are going to be outside the circle. Any parts outside the circle. Okay. So we say the third one, none of them food. Okay. So none of them food is equal to your 50 minus what? The 36 we had. And the answer is what? 14. Okay, so it means we had 14 officers who did not take any of the food. So we are going to bring the 14. It is supposed to be in the box, but outside the circles. Okay, yes. And so that is for the third question. And the fourth question talked about what the utmost and at least, right? So let's look at how to calculate for at most and at least. I said when they tell you at most, it means you are not supposed to exceed what two courses, two food, or two items. Do you get it? So it means those here, okay, and those here. The three people are not parts because we are saying at most two. Okay, so the IV at most two, at most two kinds of food. Okay, so at most two kinds of food. It means we have what? Um, the first one, which is 3 plus. We have the 9 plus. We have the 2. So these are the 1 1. Okay. Then 1 1 1. Then when we finish, we come to 2 2 2. The 3 is no part. So plus the 2, we have 6 plus. We have what? 4. We have plus what? 7. Okay. So 3 plus 9 is what? 12. Plus 2 is what? 14. Plus 6 is 20. 24. 31. Okay. So we have our answer to be 31 offices. Normally add the item attached to the number. So after getting this, you add, let's say, 17 offices, 6 offices, whatever, 6 offices. Any item, you make sure you add them to it. Okay. Yes. To make your work more complete. Okay, so you come to the V. That is at least, right? So at least two kinds of food. It means um, the least or the minimum food that you can take should be two, right? You cannot take one. So those people who did not take one food, they are those that are going to be counted. So the two people and the three people, we are going to add them to get what our final answer. So at least two. We need two, 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 and a three. Okay, no one. So the two we have 6 plus 4 plus 7 plus what 5. And so 10, 17, 22. Okay, yes. So this is our final answer. Okay, so this is the end of our question. Okay, we are done solving the question, and uh, we will also meet again for another question, but it is not going to be in this format, a different format. You get it? So that in an examination, if you get any of them, you'll be able to solve them. Okay. All right. So meet you the next time.